Hello everyone, welcome to Bohol farming in the Philippines. But I'm waiting for Marcel to get done at the bank. It's the only operational bank in town, but somehow they have Wi-Fi signal. It's the land bank. Every year you have to register, personally register, and if you have a business you have to register that as well with the BIR. And because for some reason they can't take your payment at the BIR anymore, we have to make the payment at the bank. The registration is only 500 pesos, but they won't take it at the office. So we have to pay at the bank. This is the third day. The first day, it was waiting forever to be told by the teller that she needed 4 copies of the paper that she was submitting. And the second day, was waiting to be told that all of a sudden their Wi-Fi had gone out, and so they couldn't do it. And today we'll see what happens. And luckily, I guess she was able to just go straight in, because the line, the bank is down there where that white van is sticking out, and this is the line here. There's about 100 people waiting to get in the bank, and there's about 200 people waiting at the ATM. Hopefully she was able to, I didn't see her in line, and I know that she wouldn't have been able to get through that line that quick, so I guess she was able to just go straight on in, because she was able to talk to the teller before. Many of you recognize this area back in here. This is back behind the upper floor of the Alturas Mall. That's the shopping part over there, and this is the hardware part here. The water that came in from the storm right here where I'm standing would have been over my head. So that's part of the wind damage there. I don't remember if I took a video back in here within the first week after the storm, but of course there were no customers really, and all this area here, all these little shops here got flooded out, and the ones that were selling feed and fertilizer, they all, all their stock was destroyed, and it was all laid out here on the sidewalk and in the street. It was muddy in here, a stinking mess. That's what I can do back in here so I don't forget again. Let's see if I can find some more potatoes for planting. But things are kind of back to normal. I mean, it's been 6 weeks now. Most of these businesses have opened back up. This new area here before was the vegetable sellers, but they've changed it around again and they put the food sellers over here. Maybe that's our folks right here. They endlessly change this around. Don't recognize them. Well, I'm going to have Marcel come back here with me, because I don't recognize the people that I'm looking for here. And I don't speak the language well enough to ask them where they went. And honestly, this is the 5th stall I've seen here, number 6 now. And I haven't seen any potatoes at any of them. Well, here's some here. Take it back. And there's one here. Pila? 120. Well, it's a little bit cheaper than they were the last time. We were able to find them for 90 at the outdoor market. I should have bought them there, but I just wasn't thinking. So if they're 120 here from one vendor, they're going to be 120 for all of them. I don't know. They always seem, all of them always seem to have the same price. That's the wet market there. That's where we were selling our fish, occasionally buying some. I haven't been back in here since the storm. You can see a lot of the roof is gone. And I'm just curious as to what vendors have made it back. Yep, it smells like fish. But I can handle the fresh fish smell. That part of the roof is gone. The center portion there is gone. Yep, they've all set back up in here. All the plywood walls that were in here are gone. Hopefully there's not another big storm. All this in here is down and gone. Used to be here. This area here was all blocked off before. All that area there. This was all this back in here was the place where they had the vegetable sellers before. So I'm guessing that's why they moved them all back over to the other side. All this in here was covered, and this is where all the vegetable sellers were at. And whatever roof there was here is totally gone now. There were probably, I don't know, at least 50 sellers back in there. And it looks like they've only found a home for about 10 of them to start back up. And I don't know, I think Shirley was back in here before. I don't know where she has gone to. We haven't talked to her to see if she's opened up yet or not. But it looks like a good many of them have come back. At least the fish sellers, not so much the produce sellers. If we get our potatoes, I'm probably just gonna wait till next weekend, and we'll get them at the outdoor market to get the potatoes we're gonna experiment with in the piggery. And we need to replant what's in the raised bed, because all those were killed except for one. So we need to replant those anyway. The favorite bakery back in here is gone. The awning is gone. You know, that one there hasn't opened. It looks like about 75% of the businesses are back down in here. Jollibee's still closed. They must have had major damage in there. Metro Bank is open, but you can't do anything because they don't have Wi-Fi connection. This is the line here that I was talking about to get into the bank. Land Bank is the only fully operational bank here. I don't know how they managed to get internet and no one else has, but they did. So that's the line there to get in the bank, all the way back there. And this is the line here waiting to use the ATM. Pretty amazing. The line actually ends right here today. Before, it was all of yesterday, or the day before yesterday, one or the other, it was all the way out to the street. These hotels here are all closed. Obvious roof damage on these here. Fascia damage. This was probably only about 6 feet deep here where I was walking around before. The water was 7 to 8 feet. It was 8 feet back there at the wet market right next to the ocean. I was told that the water, this is a low area, that's a little hill that goes up there, where that pickup with the flashing lights is on the left hand side of the road up there. The water had gone all the way to there. In fact, the back wheels of that truck, probably the water would have just been lapping at it. Clearly see, I'll try to zoom in on it, maybe you guys can see what I'm talking about. All this, that Chinese store with the stuff right there, they had to bring everything, every little piece out of that store and clean it. Wash all the salt water off of it and the mud. There's so much in there that they had 8 people working there scrubbing stuff out into the street for, I don't know, I think 4 days. And that's the port down there. I don't know if it's operational yet or not. I see people walking out of it, so maybe it is, but they're probably still, the pump boats are probably still operating. I don't know if they're bringing large boats in here yet or not, because we don't have any reason to go down there until we haven't. But they're slowly trying to get it all back together. I don't know what they're going to do with this building here, but they have some repair soil or sand there. I guess they're going to start cementing something. As I understand it, all this area here that I've been walking on, that I'm standing on, is filled. Where that old lighthouse is right there, that used to be in the ocean, as far as I understand. So all this area in here, from the bottom of that hill there, all back in here is landfill. And they had plans like a year ago. They were going to they were going to put landfill back behind this. The ocean's right there behind these buildings. And they were going to fill in like 10 more acres and make like another little business park back in there. But who knows now what they're going to do. Who knows now. All right, that's a little outdoor tour. Thank you, everyone. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.